want to take a moment to ask a very serious question. How many of you are 2A Amendment uh, gun owner supporting people? Okay. How many of you that support the Second Amendment that carry firearms have been inside of a place and realized they have a no guns allowed sign? Okay. Of you who have realized that you have been inside of a place that has a no guns allowed sign, how many of you have ever told anybody that you managed to get in because that sign didn't stop you? Well, if you don't mind, that is my entire point of this video. If you put up a sign, a piece of paper, a piece of vinyl, a piece of cardboard that says no guns allowed, it does not put up a barrier that prevents someone from using a gun. As a matter of fact, most of the time, unless you put it in the legal place that you're supposed to put a no guns allowed sign, most people aren't even aware that you have it. Because people are expecting a sign to be in one specific place or not at all. And if they don't see it in that one specific place, they're not looking anywhere else. But that's neither here nor there. My point is, if you are against the Second Amendment, if you are against gun owners, if you are against guns in public, if you are pro no guns allowed signs everywhere, you just need to ask some of the people who have been carrying guns how many times they attempted to walk through a door, and because there was a no guns allowed sign, they were physically unable to make it through the door of that company or corporation or their job or that restaurant or that bar or that store or that gas station. I think that you'll find that the math would show that 100% of the time, anyone who has tried to get into anywhere that has a no guns allowed sign still managed to get in. Whether they were concealed carrying or open carrying, most of the time, people that see them with a gun don't tell them to leave because they've got a gun. I know I personally have shopped in a store that had a no guns allowed sign, and I knew when I saw it that that sign was not posted in the lawfully required manner. And I am a faithful and devoted open carrier, and I could not fathom a reason why that sign would stop me from going in the store with my family. So I went in the store with my family. People saw me shopping with my firearm on my side, and no one even attempted to ask me to take it to the car, or to put it up, or to leave, or to remind me about the sign. No one did any of that. And we left without any consequences. We left without any problems. We left without any do not come backs. We left without being escorted out. No one called the law. That sign was just extremely decorative at that point. Not only does the sign not keep people from carrying guns in, but the people that worked there did not enforce it. Now, that being said, I completely understand why. If you don't have a gun because you work there and you've been told you can't show up with a gun, and someone comes in your store and they have a gun, and you don't have a gun, I wouldn't, personally, say anything to them to make them mad. But I feel like it wasn't that people were scared. People were rather polite. Everything was very pleasant. Nothing was awkward. I think people just genuinely didn't care. I don't make a big show of myself, and I don't think other people do either. And the people who conceal carry never get noticed at all. So, when it comes to no guns allowed signs and no gun zones or gun-free zones, the only thing that's really happening is someone is wasting time printing out a sign, and people are either going to make the choice to become disarmed voluntarily or to break a either imaginary law or technicality law, in which the worst thing that can happen if you listen to the police officer is that you're going to need to leave. And that's the worst thing that can happen if, when a police officer shows up, they tell him you have a gun, is they can ask you to leave. Now, if you start refusing, rejecting, acting bigoted or anything else, he's not going to ask you to leave. He's going to arrest you. But the first thing they have to do is ask you to leave. And when they do, you can do it or you can not do it. But chances are they're going to ask you to leave. Now, asking you to leave is not a criminal thing. You just go on your business, and if you've already done your shopping, you're good anyway. So, I'm asking now all of the people who are against guns in public, list all of the times to you, not to me. I don't need the answer. List all of the times to yourself that you have seen guns in public. How many times have those guns hurt you? How many times did those guns fly out of them people's holsters and hurt you? Now, while you're casually realizing that at no point have those guns hurt you, try to think about it this way, because this may shock you. This may shock you a lot. Of the times you have seen guns in public, even if it's only 1 or 2 times, you can double that number, and you can double that number quite seriously, because the concealed carries outweigh the open carriers by about 15 times. So all the people that you've seen, for every 1,000 people you've ever seen that didn't look like they were carrying a gun, 150 were. And of that 150 that were carrying a gun hidden, and the 1 or 2 here and there you've seen that were carrying a gun, and you could see it, how many times did you get shot? How many times did these public guns cause anyone harm? I didn't think so. So, with all of this evidence that the guns don't hurt people, and with all of these examples of people in public that haven't hurt people, why are you so against somebody helping you? Because that's what it is at the end of the day. They're looking to protect themselves. But even if they're protecting themselves, when they take out somebody who is deranged, mentally disabled, hopped up on meth, if that person that they take out, take down, put away, help arrest, citizen's arrest, is someone who is causing danger and threatening lives, and it's in your vicinity, are they not making you safer? The problem here is not the gun signs. It's a lack of trust, which is causing people to put up no gun signs. Anyone that has a problem with guns in public needs to see the level of talent, the level of dedication that gun owners take to learn to shoot accurately, to learn to shoot very well, to learn to shoot precise. Because gun owners don't just pick up a gun, slap it into their holster, and start walking around. And when they do have a reason that they need to fire the gun, they don't just fire the gun willy-nilly left and right with, like, the buckshot pistol bullets in it. I know people see them. I know people are worried about shit like that. People do not open carry rat shot and bird shot pistol calibers. Those are trope bullets that you use if you've gone fishing and you think you're going to have a snake at your feet. And even then, you have to be careful when you shoot a bird shot 22 or a bird shot 9mm, because again, you're aiming at your feet. You know, those are for pests in your area. They're not for stopping a bad person. So, you know, you don't have to be afraid of that kind of stupid. On the other hand, some of the stupid to be afraid of is putting up a sign that basically says, everyone that's in this building is disarmed. And then people know everyone in this building is disarmed. It's like 97, 98% of all of the shootings that have gone on over the last 10 years have been places that predominantly advertise or have no gun signs. And all of these places where you don't usually have a gun turned into places where if just one person had a gun, it would have made a difference. Just like the mall, where that one guy stopped an active shooter when he shouldn't have had his gun. And of course, it just barely got any news recognition. It was gone, and you couldn't find it the next day. But it was there. It happened. It was real. Oh well. Time to throw logic aside, common sense aside, and just focus on emotions for a second, and just say from the deepest part of my heart that if somebody in my family that actively chooses not to carry a gun because they're physically unable was to die because no one else in the room who could and should carry a gun was willing to carry a gun, yeah, I'm going to be upset with the police, but I'm also going to be very upset with the people around that they could not help. That's one of the things that America is kind of technically founded on. We the people as a group, we the people as a whole, together, a family, and you protect family. And if you're not going to step in and help someone in my family, our family, then you're really of no use to me. I don't need your help at all. Which, at that point, stop caring about you. I don't care about your needs. I don't care about your wants. I'm not going to vote for anything that concerns you, because you're not willing to help me and mine. You know, it's about defending everyone. It's about defending everyone. Y'all want to talk about feelings all the time. That's my feelings. But, okay, whatever. Just think about that the next time you have a minute and you're in public and you see a no gun sign. How many people actually don't have a gun? How many of them are hurting you? None. Have a great day.